The Toyota RAV4 big problems are finally out in the open, and the news isn't good. Reports of plummeting reliability, frustrated owners, and costly repairs are shaking Toyota's reputation. Once a symbol of reliability, the RAV4 is now facing serious questions about its future. But what's causing these issues? How bad are the impacts for drivers? And should you still trust the RAV4? Stick around, because the answers will leave you questioning everything. What's happening? What if I told you that the Toyota Rav-four, the compact SUV trusted by millions, might no longer deserve its crown of reliability? The RAV4 has been a cornerstone of Toyota's reputation for decades. It's the compact SUV people recommend to their friends, the go-to family car, and a symbol of reliability. But cracks are starting to show in this once impeachable vehicle. Recent complaints, backed by alarming reliability data, suggest that the RAV4 might not be the dependable SUV we all thought it was. What makes this worse is that even Toyota's CEO has stepped forward to acknowledge the problems. That's right, an apology from the top. And when the company that built its empire on trust and durability starts issuing apologies, you know something big is happening. But just how bad are these problems? Let's look at the warning signs that are shaking the foundation of the RAV4's legacy. The decline begins. How does a vehicle go from being a top contender to barely making the grade in just 1 year? The Toyota RAV4's fall from grace has been as shocking as it has been sudden. According to the latest Car Buyer's Driver Power Survey, the RAV4 plummeted from an impressive 11th place in 2022 to the 30th spot in 2023. That's a staggering drop of 19 places in just 12 months. And if that wasn't enough, J.D. Power's reliability score for the RAV4 now sits at a mediocre 76 out of 100. To put that into perspective, this score categorizes it as average, a word no Toyota fan ever expected to associate with their beloved RAV4. These numbers matter because they paint a picture of a vehicle that's struggling to keep up with the competition. For years, Toyota's compact SUV dominated the market with a blend of reliability, fuel efficiency, and practicality. Now it seems the competition has caught up, or perhaps Toyota has dropped the ball. But why is the RAV4 suddenly slipping in these rankings? The answer lies in the growing complaints from owners. Consumer complaints surface. Imagine buying a car that's known for being bulletproof, only to be blindsided by issue after issue. For many RAV4 owners, this nightmare has become a reality. Complaints about the RAV4's reliability are flooding online forums, review sites, and even Toyota's own customer service channels. And these aren't minor inconveniences. These are serious issues that impact the vehicle's performance, safety, and long-term durability. One of the most common complaints revolves around the hybrid model, a version of the RAV4 that's supposed to be Toyota's cutting-edge solution for eco-conscious drivers. Instead, owners are reporting corrosion in high-voltage cables, a problem that not only compromises the hybrid system, but could lead to expensive repairs. Then there's the noisy and temperamental continuously variable transmission, which some drivers describe as feeling more like a jet engine than a car. And it doesn't stop there. RAV4 owners are dealing with everything from fuel gauge inaccuracies to oil leaks from the engine's oil pan. Hybrid drivers in colder climates have even reported sudden system warnings, leaving them uncertain about their vehicle's reliability in challenging weather conditions. With so many complaints piling up, you might be wondering how Toyota is responding to this wave of frustration. The impact on Toyota's reputation. What happens when the company known for reliability starts losing that trust? Toyota built its reputation on quality and dependability. For years, its vehicles were the gold standard in reliability surveys, with customers swearing by their longevity and low maintenance costs. The RAV4 in particular was the poster child of this success, but now that reputation is being tested like never before. The complaints about the RAV4 aren't just affecting owners, they're causing a ripple effect throughout the entire Toyota brand. Potential buyers are reading these reports and thinking twice before committing to a purchase. After all, why would someone spend upwards of $30,000 on a vehicle with so many unresolved issues? Even Toyota's leadership seems to recognize the gravity of the situation. In a rare move, the CEO issued a public apology, acknowledging the frustrations of RAV4 owners and promising to address the problems. But here's the thing, words only go so far. Toyota's initial response has been criticized as too slow and too limited, with some customers feeling like they've been left out in the cold. Warranty coverage for specific issues, like the high-voltage cable corrosion, is restricted to vehicles under 3 years old or with fewer than 37,000 miles. For many owners, that's simply not enough. Replacing the corroded component can cost as much as $6,000, a financial hit that's left some questioning whether their reliable RAV4 was worth the investment. But just how widespread are these problems, and what do they mean for the future of the RAV4? Let's break it down, but before that, make sure to hit that like button. The hybrid headaches. How does Toyota's cutting-edge hybrid technology turn into a recurring nightmare for RAV4 owners? Toyota's hybrid systems have long been lauded for their efficiency and innovation, but the RAV4 hybrid is proving to be an exception to this rule. One of the most alarming issues involves the high-voltage cables, which are critical for the hybrid system's performance. These cables, designed to transfer power to the motor for the rear wheels, are facing severe corrosion problems. The root of the issue? The placement of the connector that links the cables to the motor. This specific location seems to attract dirt, moisture, and grime, creating the perfect environment for corrosion. Even with Toyota's attempts to address the problem through a redesigned component, the results have been disappointing. The updated design fails to prevent the accumulation of calcium deposits and rust, leaving owners with the same headaches as before. The implications of this problem are significant. Corroded high-voltage cables can lead to electrical failures, reduced hybrid system efficiency, and, in some cases, complete loss of power to the rear wheels. Owners are left with vehicles that don't perform as promised, and the cost of repairs, ranging from $4,000 to $6,000, has many feeling betrayed. Toyota's limited warranty coverage for this issue only adds insult to injury. For vehicles older than 3 years or with more than 37,000 miles, the repair costs fall squarely on the owner's shoulders. This has sparked outrage among RAV4 hybrid owners, who argue that such a fundamental design flaw should be fully covered by the manufacturer, regardless of the vehicle's age or mileage. But the high-voltage cable issue is just the tip of the iceberg. Let's dive into another major pain point for RAV4 owners: the transmission. Transmission troubles. What's worse than driving a car? Driving a car that sounds like a jet engine every time you hit the gas. The RAV4's continuously variable transmission is another source of frustration for owners. CVTs are designed to improve fuel efficiency and provide smooth acceleration, but in the RAV4, this technology has become a double-edged sword. Many drivers describe the transmission as excessively noisy, particularly during acceleration. Instead of the smooth, quiet ride expected from a modern SUV, RAV4 owners report an unsettling drone that makes long drives a chore. The issues aren't just about noise. Some owners have experienced laggy acceleration and erratic shifting, particularly when transitioning between low and high speeds. This inconsistency not only diminishes the driving experience, but also raises concerns about the long-term reliability of the transmission. What makes the CVT problem even more frustrating is Toyota's lack of a clear solution. While dealerships can inspect the transmission and perform minor adjustments, there's little they can do to address the underlying design flaws. For owners, this means living with a subpar driving experience or shelling out thousands for potential repairs down the line. These transmission woes are particularly disappointing given the RAV4's reputation as a family-friendly, dependable SUV. Owners expect smooth performance, especially in a vehicle that starts at over $30,000. Instead, they're left wondering whether their investment was worth it. As if noisy transmissions weren't bad enough, the RAV4 is also plagued by a series of safety issues that are raising eyebrows among owners and regulators alike. Safety concerns. What's more terrifying than a safety system that doesn't work when you need it most? The RAV4's safety features, once a selling point for the vehicle, have come under fire for serious defects. The most alarming issue involves the airbags. According to a recall issued by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, a defect in the occupant detection system could prevent airbags from deploying during a crash, or cause them to deploy unexpectedly. Both scenarios are recipes for disaster, and for some RAV4 owners, they've become a harsh reality. One owner recounted a harrowing incident where the airbags failed to deploy after a major collision, leaving them without the critical protection they needed. Another described the airbag suddenly deploying while driving, causing a minor accident. These stories highlight just how dangerous the issue can be and why it's shaken consumer confidence in the RAV4. But the airbag problem isn't the only safety concern. Electrical failures are also a growing issue, with some owners reporting complete power loss while driving. Imagine cruising down the highway and suddenly losing all power. No lights, no brakes, no steering. It's a nightmare scenario that no driver should ever have to face. Yet it's becoming an all too common experience for RAV4 owners. Brakes are another weak point. Complaints about unresponsive or jerky braking systems have been mounting. One driver shared an experience where their RAV4 rolled into an intersection after the brakes failed to engage properly, narrowly avoiding a serious accident. For a vehicle marketed as safe and family-friendly, these issues are unacceptable. With all these safety concerns, you'd think Toyota would be doing everything possible to address the problems. But what happens when the company's response falls short of expectations? Communication breakdown. How do you solve a problem if no one's willing to talk about it? If there's one thing RAV4 owners agree on, it's that Toyota's response to these issues has been less than satisfactory. Many owners report feeling ignored or brushed off when raising concerns with their local dealerships. Communication from Toyota's service departments has been slow, inconsistent, and in some cases completely absent. For instance, owners dealing with high-voltage cable corrosion have expressed frustration at the lack of transparency regarding warranty coverage and repair timelines. Some report waiting weeks, if not months, for parts to arrive, only to face steep repair bills because their vehicles no longer qualify for coverage. The situation isn't much better for those dealing with transmission or safety issues. Diagnosing these problems often requires multiple visits to the dealership, with little assurance that the repairs will actually resolve the underlying issue. For many, this back and forth has eroded trust in Toyota's ability to support its customers. Adding to the frustration is the resale value of affected RAV4s. Owners hoping to trade in their problematic vehicles are finding themselves hit with low offers, further compounding their financial losses. This is particularly disheartening for customers who chose Toyota because of its reputation for high resale value. Toyota's attempts to address these issues through recalls and extended warranties have been met with mixed reactions. While some owners appreciate the effort, others feel it's too little, too late. The limited scope of the warranty extensions, covering only specific issues for vehicles within a narrow age and mileage range, has left many feeling excluded from the solution. With so many unresolved issues and frustrated customers, what does this mean for the future of the RAV4? By now, you've seen just how deep these problems go. If you know someone who's considering a RAV4 or already owns one, share this video with them. It might just save them a costly headache. The ripple effect on other models. What if the problems plaguing the RAV4 are just the tip of the iceberg for Toyota? The reliability concerns surrounding the RAV4 are not confined to this single model. They've cast a shadow over other Toyota vehicles, shaking the foundation of trust in a brand that has long been synonymous with dependability. Owners of other popular models, including the Corolla, Camry, Tacoma, and Highlander, are reporting issues that mirror some of the RAV4's most troubling problems. Take the Corolla, for instance. Once hailed as the pinnacle of budget-friendly reliability, the newer models have been plagued by complaints of delayed shifts, slipping transmissions, and even full transmission failures. Repair costs for these issues range from $1,200 to over $3,000, depending on whether the transmission needs rebuilding or replacing. The Camry, another Toyota staple, is facing its own set of challenges. Reports of unreliable automatic transmissions and electrical issues are on the rise, leading many to question whether Toyota's legendary quality control is slipping. Even the Tacoma, a model renowned for its ruggedness, isn't immune. Owners of newer Tacomas are dealing with premature transmission failures and rough shifting, with repair bills sometimes exceeding $3,500. And then there's the Highlander, a favorite among families for its hybrid efficiency and spacious interior. Recent models have been flagged for hybrid system malfunctions, including battery performance issues and coolant leaks. These problems are eerily similar to what RAV4 hybrid owners are experiencing, raising questions about whether Toyota's hybrid technology is as robust as it claims. These issues aren't just isolated incidents, they're part of a larger pattern that could have serious financial implications for Toyota. Financial fallout. How much does it cost when a brand built on reliability starts to crack? The growing list of complaints and recalls is more than just a reputational problem for Toyota. It's a financial disaster waiting to happen. Warranty claims, repair costs, and the logistical challenges of large-scale recalls are already eating into the company's bottom line. For every RAV4 owner facing a $6,000 repair for corroded high-voltage cables, Toyota is not only losing money, but also customer trust. but the financial implications go deeper than individual repairs. The RAV4 has traditionally been one of Toyota's best-selling models, a cornerstone of its profitability in the competitive compact SUV market. A significant dip in RAV4 sales could have a ripple effect across Toyota's entire product lineup, reducing its market share and opening the door for competitors. Media coverage of these issues is amplifying the damage. Negative headlines about safety recalls, hybrid malfunctions, and reliability concerns are making potential buyers think twice about investing in a Toyota. For a company that has long relied on its reputation as a safe choice, this shift in perception could be devastating. And then there's the risk of lawsuits. If Toyota is found to have been negligent in addressing known issues, it could face significant legal penalties and settlements. This isn't just speculation. Automotive giants have faced multi-million-dollar lawsuits in the past for similar issues. The potential legal costs, combined with declining sales and warranty expenses, could create a perfect storm for Toyota. While Toyota grapples with these challenges, its competitors are already circling, ready to capitalize on its missteps. The competition steps in. With the RAV4 faltering, could its rivals finally claim the compact SUV crown? As Toyota faces mounting criticism, competitors like Subaru, Mazda, and Honda are seizing the opportunity to lure dissatisfied customers. These brands have been steadily improving their compact SUVs, offering features and reliability that rival or even surpass the RAV4. The Subaru Forester, for instance, has earned praise for its standard all-wheel drive, spacious interior, and robust safety features. While its starting price of around $27,000 is similar to the RAV4, it positions itself as a rugged, value-oriented choice. For buyers who prioritize practicality and off-road capability, the Forester is becoming an increasingly attractive alternative. Then there's the Mazda CX-5, which takes a different approach. With its sleek design, luxurious interior, and sporty handling, the CX-5 appeals to those who want a compact SUV that feels more like a premium vehicle. Its reliability score of 82 out of 100, as rated by J.D. Power, edges out the RAV4's 76, giving it a clear advantage in the eyes of many buyers. The Honda CR-V, meanwhile, strikes a balance between practicality and performance. Known for its spacious cabin and fuel-efficient engines, the CR-V is a solid all-arounder that consistently ranks high in reliability studies. Its hybrid variant in particular has been praised for its smooth driving experience, a stark contrast to the issues plaguing the RAV4 hybrid. These competitors aren't just winning over dissatisfied RAV4 owners, they're also setting new benchmarks for the compact SUV segment. And as Toyota struggles to resolve its issues, the competition is only getting stronger. But Toyota isn't going down without a fight. The company has started taking steps to address these problems, but are they enough to win back customer trust? Toyota's response so far. Can Toyota fix the RAV4's problems, or is it too late to save its reputation? Toyota has begun rolling out measures to address the RAV4's reliability concerns, but the effectiveness of these efforts remains to be seen. The company has issued recalls for specific safety issues, such as the airbag defect, and extended warranty coverage for certain hybrid components. These actions are steps in the right direction, but they don't address the full scope of the problems. For instance, the warranty extensions for corroded high-voltage cables only cover vehicles under 3 years old or with fewer than 37,000 miles. This leaves many RAV4 owners with older vehicles or higher mileage footing the bill for costly repairs. Toyota's limited approach has left some customers feeling abandoned, further eroding trust in the brand. Communication has also been a weak point. Many owners report difficulty getting clear answers from dealerships about the status of their repairs or the availability of replacement parts. This lack of transparency has added to the frustration, making it harder for Toyota to rebuild its damaged reputation. And despite these challenges, Toyota still has a chance to turn things around. By implementing broader warranty coverage, improving communication with customers, and investing in more robust quality control measures, the company could begin to repair the damage. But time is of the essence. Every delay in addressing these issues gives competitors more time to capitalize on Toyota's missteps. Do you agree with Toyota's handling of these issues, or do you think they could be doing more? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. As Toyota fights to regain its footing, the question remains, can it reclaim its crown as the king of reliability, or is this the beginning of the end for the RAV4's dominance? Can Toyota rebuild trust? Once trust is broken, how do you win back millions of loyal customers? The Toyota Rav-four isn't just a car, it's an icon in the compact SUV market. But the problems plaguing the Rav-four are a significant test of Toyota's reputation. For decades, Toyota has been the go-to brand for reliability, safety, and value. Now, with issues ranging from hybrid malfunctions to safety recalls, the company is facing an uphill battle to rebuild the trust it has lost. So what can Toyota do to make things right? First, the company needs to acknowledge the full scope of the problem, not just through public apologies, but with actionable steps. Extending warranty coverage across a broader range of models and mileages would be a good start. This would signal to customers that Toyota is taking responsibility for the RAV4's issues and is committed to making things right. Another strategy could involve more aggressive recalls to address the high-voltage cable corrosion, CVT troubles, and safety concerns. While recalls are expensive, they demonstrate a commitment to customer safety and satisfaction, a message Toyota desperately needs to send right now. But even if Toyota takes these steps, the cost of inaction could still outweigh the cost of fixing these problems. The cost of doing nothing. Is Toyota risking its decades-long reputation by hesitating to act? If Toyota doesn't address the RAV4's issues comprehensively, the long-term consequences could be severe. The company risks alienating not just current RAV4 owners, but also potential buyers who may view the brand as less reliable. And make no mistake, brand reputation is everything in the automotive industry. The financial impact could be just as damaging. Lower sales of the RAV4, historically one of Toyota's best-selling models, would create a ripple effect across the company's bottom line. Warranty claims and repair costs are already straining profits, and the specter of lawsuits could add even more financial pressure. The competition isn't waiting around either. Brands like Subaru, Mazda, and Honda are eager to fill the void left by Toyota's faltering reputation. Every dissatisfied RAV4 owner who switches to a Forester, CX-5, or CR-V represents not just a lost sale, but a loss of market share. Over time, this erosion of trust and loyalty could undermine Toyota's standing as an industry leader. But what does this mean for the compact SUV market as a whole? Could the RAV4's troubles shift the entire landscape? What this means for the industry. Could Toyota's troubles be the turning point for the compact SUV market? The RAV4's problems come at a time when the compact SUV market is more competitive than ever. Automakers are pushing the boundaries of design, technology, and performance to capture the attention of increasingly discerning buyers. Toyota's missteps could be the catalyst that accelerates this evolution. Competitors like Subaru, Mazda, and Honda are already stepping up their game, offering vehicles that challenge the RAV4 on every front. The Subaru Forester, with its standard all-wheel drive and rugged appeal, is gaining traction among adventure seekers. The Mazda CX-5, with its luxurious interior and sporty handling, is attracting buyers looking for a premium experience without the luxury price tag. And the Honda CR-V continues to impress with its spacious interior, reliable hybrid options, and cutting-edge safety features. These shifts in the market could force Toyota to innovate in ways it hasn't before. To stay competitive, the company may need to rethink its approach to hybrid technology, invest in higher quality components, and even consider lowering prices to regain consumer trust. But at the end of the day, the real question is, what does this mean for you, the consumer? The consumer's choice. Should you stick with Toyota or look elsewhere for your next compact SUV? For RAV4 owners and prospective buyers, the current situation is both frustrating and revealing. On one hand, Toyota's reputation for reliability means that many customers are willing to give the brand the benefit of the doubt. On the other hand, the growing list of issues and lukewarm responses to complaints have left many questioning whether the RAV4 and Toyota as a whole is still worth their loyalty. The good news is that the compact SUV market is filled with strong alternatives. If you're considering a vehicle in this segment, the Subaru Forester, Mazda CX-5, and Honda CR-V each offer compelling advantages. From rugged reliability to luxurious comfort, these models are stepping up where the RAV4 is falling short. That said, Toyota isn't out of the game yet. If the company takes decisive action to address the RAV4's issues and restore customer trust, it could reclaim its position as the top choice in the compact SUV market. For consumers, this means paying close attention to how Toyota responds in the coming months. This story is far from over, and we're keeping a close eye on Toyota's next moves. Don't miss out on the latest updates, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you'll be the first to know.